Hey guys, I'm Emily Powers, and today I'm going to show you how to paint this cardinal. It's a winter scene with snow and I don't know exactly what you call these things. I don't know what they are, but this is some kind of grass thing. And this is the painting that I did, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This is going to be an easy beginner project, and I'm going to be doing it on a 9 by 12 inch canvas panel. The canvas panel is from Phoenix, that's the brand, and I got it off of Amazon. I don't know that you can get it in the store, but you might be able to, I'm not sure. But the paint colors I'm using are titanium white, crimson, cadmium red medium, yellow ochre, phthalo blue, burnt sienna, and burnt umber. And the brushes I'm going to use are a 1/2 inch mop for the blending of the background, a 3/8 inch filbert also for the background, and then a 3/8 inch angle for the branch, a fan brush for the snow and a little bit of the grass part, and then a small round brush for the bird, and I think I might have used it on maybe some of the tree. No, I think I just used that for the bird. So that's the brushes we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to spray my paint to keep it wet. So I'm going to start out with the filbert and the mop together. I'm going to use them both at the same time. So I'm going to wet the filbert down, and I'm going to take some white with the phthalo blue. I only need a little bit of the phthalo blue, and it darkens it quite a bit. And just a little bit more. So there's going to be lots of colors going on, and I'm going to have to switch pretty quickly from one color to another. So I'm just going to try to quickly tell you what colors I'm doing, and it's going to go really fast. So I'm going to do the whole top part right here with this blue, and then I'm going to get some of the white and start laying it in the top. And then I'm going to take the filbert, or the mop, and just kind of blend it out. So I thought I would say hi to everyone who's watching. Not at the moment, but you know, when I post it. If you're watching, hello. I have some other videos on my channel. If you would like to check them out, you can click on my picture down below, and it'll take you to my channel, and you can look at some of the other painting tutorials that I have that are for beginners. So it just kind of transitions into white after you get this blue, and then down below it's more of yellows and things. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. I put some more blue up there. And then, whoops. Blend it out. And you really don't have to worry about exactly where you put these colors. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as, you don't have to place it exactly how I placed mine. Just kind of do some blues at the top and then some yellows in the middle and some reddish purpley colors down the bottom. So now I'm going to get, let's see, I'm going to rinse my brush out from that blue. And I'm going to get some white. If it has a little bit of blue in it, it's okay, but I'm just going to try to get some white down here below it, because we don't want the blues and the yellows mixing, or else it'll kind of make it green. It can have a little bit of green, but I don't want green to be the main color. Just do that. And then I'm going to kind of smooth out that there kind of had clumps of paint down. If you have some brush strokes showing, it's okay, because I see how I haven't really completely blended out everything. It's not like perfectly blended, but I did want it softer than just using the Filbert by itself. So now I'm going to get some of the yellow oxide and white. I want it pretty light. I'm going to see what that looks like. That's pretty good. So I'm going to put some of that across here. And you don't want to wet your mop brush down. It'll make it like floppy and put weird things in the paint, weird marks in the paint, so it won't blend it out as good if we wet it down. Okay, so I'm working kind of across and down, because I don't want to just keep working on this side and then this side will dry out. I want to keep it wet. I don't want it to dry, because when you're using the mop brush, it needs to be wet. So then there's some really dark blue. It's okay if it makes a little bit of green. That's just one extra color that we have. I just don't want the whole thing turning green, so. And if it's not really wanting to blend out, it's just moving the paint around, then you might need to wipe off the paint off your mop brush. And I think I'll take some of the burnt sienna and white with the blue and put that right there, kind of like for a grayish color. And I'm going to kind of rinse my brush out a little bit, and going to take the white and just put more of that in there, because there's like some white that's coming across. Okay, and then I'm going to take some more white and make a little lighter blue down here. Blend that out. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the burnt sienna and white and make it like a reddish brown color. Got a little bit of the burnt umber on accident, but it didn't change it that much. Then I'm going to get some of the yellow oxide and it'll warm it up a little bit more. Put that in. And I got some white, a little bit more where it goes together. See, I think I want this a little higher up, so put it up here. I'm going to get the yellow and kind of blend it right there. Okay, and now while this is still a little wet, I'm going to take the Phthalo Blue and burnt sienna again, and I'm going to take it and start putting some clusters in here. What's like the end of our grass, and I'm going to blend them out. Let me see. It's okay if these are fuzzy because they are kind of fuzzy in the picture. They're not like blended completely there. They've got fuzzy stuff in there. And before I do any more of that, I'm going to get this. Actually, I need to rinse my brush out. Got glue. Forgot I had that on there. Okay, so I'm going to get the burnt sienna and yellow ochre and white, and I'm going to put it all along in here. And I might wet my brush slightly to get that blue out a little more. If you had two mop brushes, it would be better. You could use one for the blue and one for the yellows, but I only have the one, so I'm gonna do with what I have. And if the colors mix, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think when you're just starting with painting, you feel like everything you do has to be just right, and it doesn't, because that kind of sucks a little bit of the fun out of it when you're so worried about it looking a certain way. So just don't worry about what it looks like, just have fun doing it. Okay. So now I'm going to take some more of that color with some more burnt sienna. And I'm going to take some more white and put some of that in here. Just a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to take a lot of white and get some of the yellow oxide and put that down here. So I'm really just mixing a bunch of different colors and putting them in different areas. I'm not keeping it all the same color. I'm changing it just slightly. And then I'm going to get this blue. We're going to put some of that in here. And the blue is kind of what gives it these like patches of something else going on in the back, which is the grass. And so it doesn't all just look like one orange color. I mean, it is one orange in the back, but I don't know, it just does something extra, gives it something extra. You don't have to put it in the back if you don't want to. You can leave the grass totally out if you wanted to, but I didn't like how big that got, so I'm going to go back over with white. And if it's not pure white, it's okay. Just want to blend it out. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that. And we're going to put some white on top of these sections, these dark gray sections. And it's going to make them look lighter and like they have snow on top of them. You can kind of just swirl in some of the color in odd places just to kind of show that there's different things going back behind there going on. And now I'm going to take some of the yellow by itself, maybe a little bit of the burnt sienna and a little bit of white to make the cover a little better. And so it's going to be like a really bright gold. Right back behind where the tree's going to go. And the reason that I'm going in here is just to kind of soften up any brush strokes that are showing, not to blend anything together, just to get rid of the brush strokes. And then I'm going to get some white, put it along the side, because there's going to be purple right here. We don't want it making a muddy color. if it's a little grayish or something, it's okay. But, so I'm going to take the, red in with the blue that we had. And it's going to make like a purple. I'm going to put it right in here. And as I go out, I'm going to add some white to it. Make a little bit more. And then it kind of starts making a turning into burnt sienna over here. So you can see what I'm saying, it changes different colors really fast. And then there's like a peachy color where you get some of the yellow oxide and some of the cadmium red medium. Get a little bit more of the red. I'm gonna put that down there. Actually, I'm going to get some of the crimson and some white, and it'll make it look more of a peachy color, I think. There we go. That's more of a pinky peach color. I'm going to mix that in. And that's where we're going to mix them together. And then I'm going to take some of my purple and put it right up in here. And it's going to have some of that peach color in it, so it's going to be a little bit different color. And then I'm going to take maybe some burnt sienna with this and some yellow oxide. And a little bit more of the yellow oxide. Put that in here. Bright orange. So with the mop brush, I'm kind of doing some circular motions sometimes. Sometimes I'm doing kind of straight motions, depending on what part I want to blend and what I want it to look like. I'm going to take some white and put it right in there, just to blend it out a little bit more so it doesn't look like a muddy transition. And actually I think I'm going to take some of the yellow oxide and kind of go right in there. Okay, and then we're going to go back over to this side, and I'm trying to see what I got going on there because I got so many of these little blue things, it's hard to tell. I think I'm going to take some of this peach color and put it in. And then there's, let's see, I'm going to get more of the peach and I'm just going to fill in, let's see, this part. Taking some burnt sienna. Kind of blending that out. And I'm going to take some of the yellow oxide and put it in. And some of the, let's see, I'm going to get some more of that yellow and put it all along here. Some of the burnt sienna to blend that out. And there's like a dark spot in this corner, so, and there's not really any snow over there either, so. Like I had a hair in my paint. Okay, and then I'm going to get the burnt sienna and put that over here. Okay, and then there's some of the Phthalo Blue and burnt sienna, and it makes kind of like a teal grayish color. I'm going to put it all along here, and then add just a little bit of white as I go to the burnt sienna. Just blend it out. Okay, so we're done with filling in the background. Now I'm going to take that same color and put some little dots and dabs over here. You can make them going in tons of different directions. Okay, and then I said that we were going to put some white on the top so it looks like there's snow covering. So we're going to do that. And actually, before I do that, I want to take some of this burnt sienna with the purple and kind of make a little bit warmer right on this one spot right there. Didn't like it being all that purpley bluish purple. Wanted a little bit more red on one side. Okay, so now this rag is like getting super dirty really fast. Okay, So I'm going to get some of the white and just dab on the tops. And then I'm going to take my mop brush and kind of swirl it in. And you don't have to do it to all of them if you don't want to, but so some of them aren't as defined, like they're in the back, so I think I'm going to take my mop brush and kind of dab the tops of these. If there's some irregular edges on these, it's okay, because the grass is kind of irregular on them. Okay, so I'm going to rinse my brush out now. And I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put some of these things in a, with a lighter blue and some of the other areas. So I take that. And I think I'm just going to use my mop brush, take a little bit of it and kind of just put it in some odd, just kind of brush spots of this in different areas. Because if you look in the picture, you can see the warm colors, but there's also the light blue. Now, I didn't put as much blue in my painting. Or as much yellow in my painting. Well, I put more, I'm sorry, I'm getting my tongue all tied. I put more of the warmer colors and just put some of the blue on top. And I'm going to go back with some of the white and kind of lighten up some of the backgrounds. Looks a little snowy back here. So to lighten it up, kind of make it look foggy and snowy and blend it won't make the orange so bright because I don't want it too bright. I just want I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, I guess. I want it to be a little lighter than I made it initially, so I'm going to put this lighter, and it kind of makes it look foggy or something when you go over the top, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to go over here. initially, if you wanted to, you could just make it lighter instead of going over, but it does make it look a lot different if you do it that way instead of doing after. Moving my picture so that I can see it better. Put it over here. Okay. So that's pretty good. So now I'm going to take some more of the light blue, and there's some light blue in here. Then I'm going to get some more of the white and make it lighter. Get some more of the blue, put it back there. Right. And a little bit more there. It's like I want to put the right amount, but I don't want to put too much in. I want to make it look like there's too much going on in it, but I want to put the right amount so that it looks like there's enough going on in it. Okay, so now I'm going to just put a little bit more of it in this yellow area. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse my mop brush out. I'm not gonna need it anymore. And I'm going to put the snow in. You could do this after too if you wanted to. I did it after last time, but I don't want that red in there. Oh. So you want to get it thin enough it will come off with the angle brush or the fan brush, but you want it thin enough it'll come off, but thick enough that it's not super watery. So I'm going to test it. So I'm going to hold it firmly with this hand and tap with this hand. And if you add more water, it'll make bigger dots, and if you add less water, it'll make smaller dots. And you could also use a toothbrush and flick it with your finger or your thumb, and it'll kind of, it'll do the same thing. So it might be a little easier if you're a beginner to do it with the toothbrush. But use an old toothbrush, not the one you're currently using. So I don't want a whole lot of it down here, but I'm going to put a little bit, and then I'm going to dab it off with my towel. So anywhere you don't want it, you can dab it off. And you dab it off as soon as you put it on there, and it will completely come off. If you kind of let it sit for a minute and then dab it off, it'll kind of make them lighter in color instead of completely taking them off. So it's pretty good. So I'm going to take my angle brush now, and I'm going to take some burnt umber and on the opposite side I'm going to take some white and yellow ochre mixed with some of this peachy color, just because that's what was there. That's not really on purpose, it's okay for it to be there, so I'll leave it. So on one side I've got the dark and the other side's the light. So I'm gonna find where I want my first leaf here. I think I want it a little lighter, so I'm just gonna take this color and go over it. And then there's one that's coming right here, and there's a bend and another bend, and then some right there, and there's one that's kind of curving down that way. There's one that comes off there. And there's some of the burnt umber. I'm just gonna get some burnt umber and put that right there. And there's one that comes off right there. There's also one about here, and one that's right there, and it's got little pieces that come off at different areas. So that's all I'm going to do for the stalks of those, but I do want to blend out the bottoms, so I'm going to take mop brush and blend out the bottom. You can go over it a little more to kind of lighten it. If you go over it just a little bit, it'll lighten it up. If you go over it several times, it will kind of make it disappear, so. Okay, so there's that, and let's see, I think I'll blend out that in just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my round and I'm going to put in the little ends, these little, I don't know what you call those things. They almost look like wheat, but I don't think that's what they are. Something similar looking though. So I'm gonna get the burnt umber and blue. And I'm going to put some of it flicking off. Put the dark underneath, so it's going to look really ugly. It needs to have some dark, so it doesn't just look like white. I'm going to take more burnt umber for this one and this one. And I'm going to put some along this. And some on this one. It's like they're all leaning this way, pretty much. Like maybe the wind's blowing, it's in a blizzard or something. And there's some on this one. I'm gonna put that on. And then I'm gonna put on some Phthalo Blue and some white. This is another of the darker colors. It's a little lighter. I'm gonna kind of fill in some of the gaps. This one doesn't have a whole lot compared to these others, so. Because snow has blue undertones in it, and so there's going to be some dark blue. And then I'm going to take the burnt umber and darken up this stalk. Oh. I'm going to darken the stalk right before it bends. I'm going to put some white right there. So next I'm going to take, let's see, I need more white. I'm going to make a really light blue for the grass part and also for this end of the grass. So I'm just going to make a little bit of that because they're snow covered. So then I'm going to flick in some of this lighter blue. But you don't want to cover up all the dark. You want some of it still showing. I think I hear a bird outside. It's like, it's really loud right now. It's like it's calling to another bird. And that should be pretty good. So I'm going to put in the branches for the bird to go now. So I'm going to do that teal gray, the phthalo blue, and the burnt sienna. It's going to be really dark. And I'm going to put my brush to a point so that it will make thin lines. first branch ends about here, so I'm going to start it over here. And you want it to start thinner. I don't like that. It's getting too big. Okay, so I'm going to drag it up. No, I think I'll just make this one a little different than the other one. I'll make it one big branch and add some water to it so that you can it'll help flow better, get flow better. Okay, and this is the branch that has one coming off of it this way for the bird to sit on. And then there's a branch that comes out like that. And every time you do a painting like this with branches, it's going to come out different because you're going to decide you want to put a branch on one side you didn't put the last time, or you're going to do it different every time. I'm going to take that matte brush and blend that out. I didn't mean to put that there, but it's like the same color as, let's see, blend that, take that off right there. Okay. So there's one coming off over here. And then the other tree stops right about there. So it comes in like that. I'm going to make a little bit more of it. The birds at our house, there's blackbirds that come during winter time, and they do like ballets in the sky. It's really cool. They just dance, really. They all go to one field to eat, and then they all take off at the same time, and they twist and turn like all together, and it's just so cool to watch. I'm going to put one coming off there, and maybe one there. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of my white and I'm going to add a highlight to some of the branches, just a slight one. It's still kind of dark, but it is a little bit of a highlight. So the light is hitting from this side, so it's pointing this way, so the light's going to be on that side. And some of the branches will have it, some of the smaller branches will too, but ones to have it is the main thing. And right under where we have the bird sit, we're going to keep the branch dark. Like he's casting a shadow. On it. Maybe this one has shadow, or the highlight, I mean. This one. This one. Maybe this one. So you don't have to do it on all of them. Or all the way down. Just kind of put some in certain areas. Okay. I'm going to rinse my brush out. And I'm going to do the first coat of my bird, I think. So I'm going to take the, let's see, I'm going to take the Cadmium Red Medium and mix it with white. And the reason I'm mixing it with white is because this color is transparent. So if I mix it with white, it'll become more opaque and it'll cover better. And then I can go back over and make it brighter red. So the bird stops with its head feathers pointing up here. So it's going to come around. And it's going to come back out. It goes down kind of fast and then comes back out. And if it blends with the blue, it's okay. That's where the shadow is going to be anyway, so it kind of actually saves us a step. And the wing kind of comes off right here a little bit. I'm going to put wing in. Okay, and then see, I'm gonna make it a little more of a point, and the tail comes off behind it, and it's kind of slanted like that. Let's see. It's going this way. And trying to look, something's looking right to me, so. Okay, so now we're going to take some of the crimson color and define where the wing is, and maybe put some under here. I'm looking at the picture to see. So it comes out a little bit more. And it's all fluffed up like birds do. They poof their feathers out to keep warm. Okay, it'll look better when we get the different colors and the black and stuff in there, but for now it's good. So now I'm going to do the whites on the grass. So you've got some sticking out over here. Don't cover all of the dark up. I'm going to get some water to help it to flow better. And I'm going to put some of the white on top of here, because that's snow covered. And oops, I'm getting some red in it, so I'm going to get another pile. That was the wrong pile. That spot has red in it, so I don't want to. The very top is like super white, so I'm going to cover that with white. And there's some over here. Okay, so that's pretty good for the grass part. I do want to take my mop brush with some white, just a little bit, and kind of go over the stalks a little bit, just to cover them up slightly, because they're not super defined. You can see them, but it's not like a super defined line, so I'm just going to cover them up just slightly. And I'm going to take some blue and put that there, because I got some of the branch color over, so. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little bit more snow. Look, my finger's like completely covered almost with that blue right there. So I want to put a little bit more snow. Okay. And we want a lot of snow in here. So I'm going to tap off areas on some of the areas on the branch so that it doesn't look so bright there. There's still the indication that there's some there, but I don't want it super bright on the branch. Okay, and now there's something, I'm going to take some of that washed out white And there's like one of these things that's coming out over. It just brushed over that slightly, and you don't have to put it in if you don't want to, but I did it on mine. So okay, so I'm going to take my Cadmium Red Medium and fill in the bird again. I may have to do this again. It is still not bright enough. We put some on the wing and right there. And I'm going to take some of this dark purpley color, mainly red though, and put it under the bird. And then I'm going to get some more of the crimson and put that in. And there is some dark color right on top of the head, right there, on the edge of the head feathers. I'm getting the bright red again. Excuse me. And then I'm gonna get burnt umber and phthalo blue and some red. It'll make like a really, really dark color. I'm gonna put that on the tail because it's like black. And then as I go up, I'm gonna get the red. So that you can tell that it is the tail. And then I'm going to take this and kind of make like a shadow where the wing's going to be. And I'm going to take some of the crimson and that darker color, put some like darker spots in the wings. I'm going to get some of the black that we made and put some of that on the wing. There's like lots of different, there's some dark colors in the wing too. And now I'm going to take the black and do the markings on the face. So it starts about here and kind of goes down in points. And then it kind of comes out a little bit and back in here. So that's where that marking is. And actually, it goes down a little bit more, I think, there than I made it. There we go. I know that part just looks really weird to me without the beak. It just looks really funny. So I'm going to get the white now. Should probably get the pure white instead of the washed out one though. And make the beak. So the beak is, let me see, it points down just slightly, but not a lot, so. Okay, and then I'm going to get that black and define it a little better. You could also switch this bird out for the bird I did in one of my other videos, the bird on the fence. But I think the red bird makes it really pretty because it's bright and colorful. So now I'm going to, you kind of can't see the eye, it's kind of hidden. It's just, you know, it's black right there, so you can't really see it very well. Take a little bit more of this bright color, put it in. I'm going to take some of that black and put it for the shadow, and then take the crimson and put it in. And then take the bright red again, put it in there. And keep that shadow for the wing. Okay, and it looks like that white's pretty dry, so I'm going to get some of this red and mix it with the yellow oxide and see what orange that makes. It's pretty good orange. And I'm going to put it in there. Let's see. And on, let's see, it's pointing down. I don't want it to point down. I'm going to take some of that white because it's white behind the backgrounds, and I'm going to kind of shape it by putting some white back behind there. And I'm going to take the crimson. So now I'm just kind of taking any parts about it that I don't like and fixing it, so making a dark color again and putting that in. And I'm going to take the crimson, put that right there. And the bright color goes right there. And there's some dark on the beak, so I'm going to get the burnt sienna and put it under the beak, like for the shadow. And let's see, it's pretty good. So I'm going to sign it. Let's see. This is a Faber Castell Pitt Artist Pen. It's a small size. And I thought I would say when you're signing your name, try to do it like a finger's width away, so that if you frame it, then it won't cover your name up. Okay, so this is the completed painting, and I hope that you enjoy this and will try it. The schedule that I have right here, we're going to be doing the mountain next week and then the barn the following week. So if you want to see those, you can go to my channel, and those should be out in a few weeks. And then these above this one are all out already, so you can look at those. And I hope you will join me in the next video. Bye guys.